Supplies and equipment that are specific for preparing to do hand washing and gloving. It's important to have designated sinks that are specific for aseptic hand washing. So 797 regulates that these sinks are in the ante room. They are designed to minimize splashing, reduce possible contamination. Generally, they will have a foot or a knee pedal or have an electronic eye. It should also have hot water that is preset sometimes for the mixture of hot and cold, or can be calibrated or made proper temperature for the person washing their hands without actually having to touch the faucet with their hands. So 797 says what features it has to have, like a gooseneck faucet, and where it needs to be located. So, like I said, located in the anteroom or just outside the door of the clean room. Deep sink with a gooseneck faucet, so that means the faucet's kind of away from the back, so you're less likely to come in contact with the faucet or the walls of the sink. The foot pedals, if not available, let the water run through the entire process. Don't turn the water off. If it's a foot pedal, you can step off the pedal while you're actually doing the scrub. If you have to use like the controls to turn the faucet on and off with your hands, after you've completed your hand washing, you would use clean, dry, lint-free paper towels to actually turn off the faucet. The area must be clean and free of any items that could cause splashing. No sponges or IV bags should be left in that sink. So the hand washing supplies, you're going to have to do your basic aseptic hand washing and vigorously wash both hands and forearms for at least 30 seconds with the appropriate antimicrobial agent, ideally 30 seconds to up to 4 minutes. Most hand washings are going to probably take a good 2 to 3 minutes to do them properly. Many facilities prefer you perform the hand washing procedure using sterile prepackaged surgical scrub brush, sponge brush combination that's pre-saturated. If not, if you're using one of those sponges or brushes that is not pre-saturated, you're going to saturate it with the soap. Many of the soap dispensers are also now electronic, so you don't have to push down on them and potentially contaminate your hands. You need to maintain a proper level of suds while you're doing the procedure to make sure that you have enough of that antimicrobial agent in contact with your skin. The brush is only used on your nails. The sponge is used on your skin. If you use the brush on your skin, you're going to cause more of that sloughing off of cells. So to prepare for the lab, just a review, so in the ante room, you're going to garb. So first you're going to sanitize your hands with the IPA foam. You're going to put on your booties that are or shoe covers as they're shown here. Then you're going to sanitize your hands again. Then you're going to put on your hair cover. Then you're going to sanitize your hands again, and you're going to put on your face mask. Then you're going to perform your aseptic hand washing, and you're going to watch your video to watch and read through the procedural lab to understand the proper technique for washing your hands and cleaning under your nails, starting with that process and then going through. Plus, in lab, I will demonstrate the proper hand washing technique. Once you've washed your hands and then dried them with lint-free paper towels or lint-free towels, then you're going to put on your gown. And doing that aseptically is also important. After you put your gown on, you're going to re-sanitize your hands with an IPA foam, and then you're going to put on your sterile gloves. If you're using sterile gloves, you do not need to prepare them any further. If you're using non-sterile gloves, then we will have to disinfect your gloves. Then, after you've completed, it's important to understand the proper process for removing your items. So removal of your items is in the opposite order as the way that you put it on. So the last item you put on is the first item you take off. So properly removing your gloves, turning them into themselves. So if there's anything contaminating the outside of the glove, you would contain that. Then the next part is to take off your gown. Now, if you're just going on a break, and you're coming back to the compounding area and your gown is not soiled, you can take your gown off by pulling the sleeve inside out and folding it upon itself, so you keep what would be the exterior. Now the interior, as you hang it, and you can use that gown again when you return. If it's soiled, if it's torn, or if it's the end of your shift, you need to toss that gown away. Gowns can only be used once within a 24-hour period. Once you remove your gown, then the next item to be removed would be your mask, then your hair cover. If you're a man with a beard, your beard cover would come off at that time as well. And then the last to be removed would be your your shoe covers. All right, your turn. All of the following factors are required for a sink designated for aseptic hand washing, except we do not place a sink in the clean room. That's only where we make IVs. Sinks are located either in your outer pharmacy or ideally in your clean room. It does need to have a gooseneck faucet. It does need to have a deep basin, and it is restricted use for pharmacy compounding personnel only. We're not just going to be making, if you're doing like Miracle mouthwash or something like that, or just washing your hands or maybe washing your glassware. That does not occur in your ante-room sink. Only sterile compounding hand washing occurs in that clean room or ante-room sink. Okay, additional questions? And that concludes Chapter 6.